my water. Realized my water is across the room. Forgot. Hi. It is, what is it? It is Wednesday. It's enrollment closing day. Woo! So I'm not sure Doug will be here today. We will see. It'll be a mystery. Doug. So, hey, Kendra's here. So that's good. So, yeah, today is enrollment closing day. So now that I don't have a chair, yikes, my white man boogie, bottom lip boogie. So anyway, sorry. Woo! Off to a good start. So you're in the car. They're in the car. They're on the road. Okay. Pay attention. Where are you going? Tell them to drive. Eyes on the road. So, yay, Peggy's here. Hooray. Well, hi, Sammy. How are you? Hiya. Hiya. So, yeah. So we're going to dive in today. We have actually two, my lord, because I have to get that in there. We have two Facebook Lives today. We're going to do another one at 6. So, and I'll explain in uno momento. You know, I'm taking French right now because my son is in Montreal, and yet I still, Spanish is the language, second language that comes to my first. So anywho, so yeah, so we have Hollywood Gatekeepers, which is this page, and then we have a Hollywood Gatekeepers group. So forgot to turn that off again today. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my son. Speaking of my son, I thought I have messages off. Not sure why I got that. He just sent me a message. He's so great. He sends me messages of like his day. He's in college in Montreal, and it's really awesome. He's making me laugh. So anywho, so, and then we have the Hollywood Gatekeepers group. So we do these Facebook Lives on here so that you can share, we can share it into the group, and so that you can share it, because you cannot share out of a group. Did you follow that? I need sleep. So that's why we do them on the page. And then, hey, guy. And so that's why we do them on the page, so that then we can share them into the group. So you've got the page, you've got the group, you've got the mailing list, and you have the free workshops, which are now over for now. The current free workshops, mañana, they've been retired. Hasta luego. Hasta luego. What's the difference? You bilingual folk between hasta luego and hasta la vista? I don't know. Anywho, see you later. I don't know. Anyway, let me know. I know somebody out there knows. So today, the free workshop has been retired for a little while. We're not a little while. We have no idea actually for how long. We're still, you know, like I said, or I say a lot, we're pretty new. This has like been around for about a year. We're still getting our sea legs in a lot of different areas, in backdrops and camera. That's something we really need to work on. And then just kind of a lot of details. So we aren't sure. We really want to make sure that we have time and we can give a lot of time and energy to our screen readers that are in the enrolled course. Thanks, Kendra. Yay. She's on it because he's driving. So we don't offer the enrollment very often. So we're not sure that we'll do it again this year. We're still kind of sussing it out. So we will keep you posted, but stay in the Facebook group is the best place to stay, because we'll continue to do trainings in there. And I'm not sure, you know, we're still figuring out too the best place to do this, you know, in terms of sharing in the group. And we want to, you know, we're still like, there's all these different levels. We really, we're super passionate, really, about giving away a lot of free stuff and a lot of free value and keeping this group active, even though we do have the paid option with our screen readers course. But doing it when enrollment opens, it's a ton of work for Doug and I. So, because it's just the two of us. And then we have Michael, who's helping kind of usher people in, which has been super helpful because we have, you know, hundreds of people joining every day. So, but other than Michael welcoming people, we have been creating everything. And so we're tired. It's been like very long nights. I'm a night out anyway. So this is not just because, you know, there's so much work to do. There is. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Brenda. But you know, I've been like going to sleep at 4 and 5 in the morning. So you'll see some people are getting emails from me like, what? So it's a lot. So we want to be able to focus on our screen readers. So that's why we close enrollment and we only do these little windows, because it takes a lot of energy just to answer questions and do all this. So that's the free stuff. And then we do have the paid course, which enrollment closes tonight. So you're going to see a lot of activity in the pages. And then probably tomorrow we'll take a bunch of stuff out of that's about enrollment so that we can focus back in on screenwriting and, and everything. So you'll kind of see that. So today I wanted to did I get through? Look at this. Woo! So today, so that's basically enrollment closes at midnight, California time today. So at 6, we're going to just lay it out. So for those of you who weren't able to take the workshop or see the replay or whatever, we also have a page where you can look to see what's in the course. We're pretty open. Hi, Craig. Hello. Okay. I'm sorry. Here's my bad accent. And my best friend was in London and she just called me and she goes, we're on the bridge. And I was like, she does it too. We're terrible Americans. And I don't mean any disrespect by it. It's like my bad English accent, but it's fun. Okay, anyway. Did you see on somewhere they were doing, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, maybe, or Problem. This is more, what's the car karaoke dude? It's where they were doing Downton Abbey without the accent, with an American accent. It's not good. Anywho, so so today I wanted to kind of talk about screen readers because we have an amazing group and they make me so happy. And today I'm probably going to do, this is screen readers part 1. And then this afternoon will be screen readers part 2, my Lord. Because I'm currently getting to know so many new people. So I can't say screen reader without laughing because they're just cool. And I tend to call them my screen readers. They're not mine, but my family's like, your screen readers. I'm like, I know what, I don't want to call people in the course students. You're not students. Like, I don't feel like a teacher. Both my parents were teachers and I was like, never am I going to be a teacher. And I have to say, this is like a total squirrel moment, but I also operate a haunted house. Hi, Linda. Nice to meet you, which some of you know. Thank you for laughing, Craig. You're very kind. And we have a psychic that comes out to the haunted house. And so we were kind of like, it's late and, we were just kind of getting goofy. And I was like, all right, lay it on me, lay it out. And she's like, well, and I'm not joking. This was October. And we started this in kind of May, June of last year. So it's October of the year before that. And she's like, well, you're teaching. And I was like, no, I'm not teaching. And she's like, no, you're teaching, right? And I was like, no, I'm learning. Because at the time I was learning all kinds of marketing and stuff. And we hadn't even come up with the idea for this yet. I mean, we came up, there's a thing called speed of implementation. And we teach that, but it's, we share that. Oh, so because I always said I will never be a teacher because my parents were both teachers. It's so funny. We share speed of implementation, which is basically when you have an idea, and this is really a big thing for writers. When you have an idea, you act on it. Even if it's just, you don't just schedule, you can schedule it, but if it's something that you get, how you have those moments typically in the shower. And I believe that there's a, your brain relaxes in the shower. There's times on a walk, I walk, and Scruffles loves it every day. And I try not to, when I'm walking, I either listen just to inspirational things. I try to kind of let that moment be sort of a meditative moment when you're walking or in the shower or whatever, just sing in the shower, like just because those are when the inspiration comes. When a moment like that hits, and you've had them where you get these moments where you're like, oh, when that moment happens, speed of implementation. It's like, that's not a moment that you just write down. That's a moment that you go, what's the first step? What's something I can do that's a first step towards that? Even if it's even if it's telling your friend, like if it's something that puts it out there, and I know there's a lot of ask Paul Haggis, he talks about, you tell a friend and they go, oh, you don't want to do that. Like, so tell the right friend. You want to tell someone that goes, like Doug, someone that because believe me, poor Doug, I'm like, oh, I have an idea. We did the Strength Finder thing. And I don't even have ideation. He does. So, but it is like this, constant stream. So when you have those moments, when I have those moments where I'm like, oh, like this one was like oh my, whoa, this is an idea. And so we just jumped on it. But anyhow, that was I'm sorry for that little tangent about that, but it was just so funny to have her being like, no, you're teaching. And I'm like, no, I will never teach anything. So maybe that's why I can't say, I can't call screen reader students. And I mean, because I feel like I'm learning along the way. I'm learning with you. We're learning together. We're just sharing. So that's why screenreaders. We're screenreaders. It's a screenreader thing. That's the new phrase. It's a screenreader thing. I love that. So I wanted to talk about them a little bit because I don't feel like I have time. And we have a few that are in here today. I think we have, well, Lynn, yay. And then Peggy is here. And so we have like, and Brenda, she's new. So we have, when I refer to screenreaders, those are people that are in the paid course. And we do these sessions, we do them on Zoom actually so that we can see each other weekly. We have one today at 3. So if you join today, you can jump in there today. We'll send you the link and you can join. But it is like this amazing community, and that has been a real shock. We never thought about that. We never really thought about the people. And that's something to really consider whenever you're doing anything. You know, we don't really think about that typically, at least I don't, when you move forward with something like, what are the people, who are the people that are going to be involved in this? Who are the people I'm going to be surrounding myself with? When you go to get a new job, you know, because, and I have had this moment because of doing theater, and any of you that do theater have this moment too. When you have, even at auditions, you're looking around the room and there are people in that room at that audition who might end up being your lifelong friend, because especially in theater, because especially if you're doing some sort of emotional thing, because you dig and you're in this sort of raw place during rehearsals. And so you get to know each other on a level that's not like anything else. I've never had anything like theater. I mean, you have office relationships. It's not like theater. It's not the same. And I was a drama major. It's going to choke me up. My friends that I made as a drama major will always be some of my just deepest, dearest friends, even if I don't see them very often, because we went through, you know, when you're, especially if you're in a, you know, college situation in theater, you're really exploring, you're like trying to learn how to tap into your emotions. There's so much like, whoo, that you build these bonds, man, it's insane. So, and at one point I remember crying literally in my head in my mom's lap, and I was kind of old for this, but I was like 17, 18, 19, somewhere in there going, I can't do this, because the show ended and all these people, it was after Dancing at Disney World, because we made, you know, we spent the summer, we literally lived together. And then we all went, and it was like, we are all from all over the United States, and it was kind of before the internet. And so when we were coming, you know, when we all left each other, it was like, we might never see each other again. And there's only been one of that group that I have seen again. So I knew at that time, like, these are goodbyes of, you know, and that was, we didn't know the internet was coming, which would help, you know, and actually I should reconnect. I haven't even thought of that, but I was just heartbroken, because as you can probably tell, I like people and I get kind of involved with people. So but we didn't think about that. Even with that, even though I sit at auditions and wonder, is this going to be someone I'm going to get to know and like become friends with? Like I kind of suss that out when I start new things, but I didn't with this. I think because we were so focused on, let's raise the bar, like on the tack, the goal that we have here. And so this community sort of took us by storm and by surprise, and it's been phenomenal. It's amazing. And I feel like there are lifelong friendships that are being formed in this community. So I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit. And we really we reach out and we try to implement when the community has ideas. Like we have a member, Bev, who came up with an idea for the writer's room. So now we have, within the paid thing, we have an area where people can submit their scripts, and you can read each other's scripts. And there's a release form that says, you know, you won't steal anything, and what happens in the writer's room stays in the writer's room. And so you can practice your pitches if you have something and you want to see how's this going to happen. We're going to start doing like hot seats in there, where we put one person kind of on the hot seat, the love chair, that's what I should call it, where we like really focus on that one person and what can we do to get them launched and, you know, happy and, you know, whatever, like get their career started basically, like, because everybody's really different. And I'm seeing like, and this is another kind of surprise, is that we have, and I'll go into this in a minute, but we have a lot of different types of people, right? And so some people are like, we're realizing, there's a niche right there for you. Like, you're really good at this specific thing. And now because of the internet, that's the more you can focus in on one specific thing, the better it is. So we're helping people. We have lots of exercises helping this, but we're also doing it in the community of like helping you figure out what is your one thing. What are you really good at? And it might not even be, it might end up not even having to do with reading. Like sometimes I'm seeing a few things where it's like, you might want to take this course, but really focus on this area of your life that you might want to share with other people, because there might be something in there that you could teach or share or do kind of what we're doing about this one little thing. So that's been a whole nother eye-opening thing as well. So we're taking these ideas and we're getting to know people, and we're starting to say, you might want to go down this path, or, we kind of brainstorm together. And I think I've done it with 2 people so far, just a tiny bit. Like Peggy, she's going to crush it when she gets to the MacGuffin. So like she was one. So we're just starting to interview. And today I thought I'll do a video of Meet the Screenreaders, but you know what? I decided not to do the video today, and just talk about people instead, because I think, for one, I want to get them across in the very best possible light. And so I want to do, something that works really well. Oh, I need to scroll. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, we are going to do, that's so funny that you talk about that. We are doing the Great American Pitch Fest next week, next Wednesday, for sure. We're going to talk about pitching and Pitch Fest and that kind of stuff. Mitchell was in here yesterday, and had that idea. You're on it, guy. Love it. So, hi, Maurice. Nice to see you. So, so that kind of gives you an idea of kind of what's happening in there. And so it's just been really cool. And so I just wanted to kind of say, we've been through, one of the things I wrote were setbacks. We've been through setbacks with people where they join the course and then life happens, hurricanes. We've had hurricanes that stop people from being able to come in, and they leave and they come back. We've had people move. We've had, people we've had one of our members was accepted into a school, and she felt like the reason she was accepted was because of what she had learned already. So it's like, and she was just starting out. So we have all these great members, and so I kind of want to just mention them a little bit. And like I said, I don't want to forget anyone either, but I kind of wrote a few notes down, just a few. But I also wanted to, I'm working on, so we have assignments that people do, and then we give them feedback. And so I'm going to be starting and digging into that today, and I'm super excited. Peggy, you're never slow. You're not slow, you're methodical. So I think I've been diving into we have all these new students coming in, so I just love diving into their first homework and the first ideas that they have. And then we have some people that are getting right towards the end. So when you end the course, you end up with 2 sample coverages. And so we're getting a couple people submitted coverages. And so I want to see those coverages because I'm super excited. So this is why we don't do enrollment very often, because we want to be able to do that kind of thing. We're diving in. We're still in here weekly, and we're still taking your suggestions. Absolutely, Guy. If you have a suggestion that you want to see in here, we'll talk about, we'll figure out ways to talk about the things that you need. So we'll be here, but it's just a different level when we get into the screenreaders. And so we have such a wide variety, and it's growing, and it's really fun. And a lot of people have purchased the course and then haven't had time. So every time we open enrollment, we kind of go, hey, jump back in now if you want to, or not. And some people come in and out. And so there's some, I wrote a list of kind of the people that have been in and out that I'm sort of getting to know, but don't know them all that well yet. And then, so we have the people that are really active every week. Just like in here, there's a group of people that are pretty active every week. And so we're getting to know them a little bit better, obviously, because we're just talking to them. So we have a few horror buffs right off that come to mind right away. And we have Mickey, who's a huge horror buff, and he's also an encyclopedia of movies. So if you need any information. And then we have a new member, Chachi, who just said he's a film director in horror films. And we have Cindy, who's a huge horror buff. And Cindy is also the first one. I'm surprised she's not here. She's usually here. And she's the first one to volunteer for anything. And we're like, who wants to? She doesn't even know what it is. I do. She's cracks me up. So she's been a trailblazer in that way, in terms of just being super enthusiastic. And then we have a lot of moms. And we have Pam, who's Mother of the Year, who has many adopted children. And she's so, anyone who complains about time, we send them her way, because she's setting a trail with that. And we have, and Donna, who's a mom, and we have Jenny, we have Mushi, I wrote some of them down, but Heather, we have these group of women that are these powerful women that are also juggling children, and that's been some of the things that sometimes have been setbacks, because I wouldn't call them setbacks, but it's like life, life happens. And so we try to be really, just supportive in that we know that you're going to leave and come back, and it's all fine. It doesn't matter. So we have a lot of people that I would call. We have our first trailblazer, and that's Joanne. So Joanne's been the first one to get to the MacGuffin. So you get through the whole course, and then you get the MacGuffin. And if you don't know what a MacGuffin is, you don't know what a MacGuffin is. So you get the MacGuffin, which is it's a bonus that unlocks when you're done. She's the only one that knows what the MacGuffin is too. And she's a Nickel finalist, and like she's just a brilliant writer, and she's been kind of the first one. And we have other people that are trailblazing in different ways. It took us a long time to get people to come on camera. That was, except for Cindy. Excuse me. Cindy was like, as always, I'm on it. But it took a while to get people comfortable. And so we have Heather and Maribel and Joy were kind of like trailblazers and like, okay, here I am. I'm doing it. And they kind of just got on the camera and started talking. And then pretty soon everybody else started doing it. And Jeannie jumped in. And we have a really great, actually, as we create the video, we have a really great, because we have a student, a screenreader. I almost said student. They're not students. We have Jeannie came on and was like, none of us could see her. It was like this haze. We were like, what's going on? Then everybody started giving suggestions. And then all of a sudden someone was like, baby Windex. And she just like wiped off her camera. Was like, ah. So it's like these kind of, we're trying to help you like figure this stuff out so that you can do interviews or whatever online and be comfortable. And we help, I mean, this is a terrible example, but helping each other with our backgrounds, you know, what can we do with all of that? So we have a lot of filmmakers or actors or people performing, and we have Jenny and Monica and Ian and Jackie and Heather and Wendy and George and Chachi, and we have like just so many people. I mean, these are kind of off the top of my head, so I just sort of kind of went in and like you know, was thinking of all these people off the top of my head, the people that I currently am working with, and then I did go in and write down kind of new members because I'm still kind of getting to know names. But we have all these filmmakers, and we had Monica came in and said, this is helping me be able to communicate to my writers what I need as a producer. Oh, so great, right? Super exciting. So it's been really fun watching that. We actually have a film deal that we share with everybody, and that keeps growing, and things are changing in that, which reminds me, I want to do an update on that today. Write that down. And then we have a lot of really unique people. We have Bartz and Florette that have this way of turning a phrase, and Shri, and the way that they write and talk is like, it's really unique. And so we have these kind of unique input from people that write, or, you know, Peggy has a really sarcastic kind of, but always with respect kind of way of talking. So it's like, as you can see, it's like, it's hard for me to get across like how cool it is and how much fun we're having. And this is happening in this group as well. And, you know, like Guy, you're super active, and Maurice, you're come in, and we also have like Daryl isn't here today. We have people that are really active in here as well, which is really fun. And we have several. I did write this down because we have several like double names. We have Anastasia, who's a new member, or Anastasia. I'm not sure how she says it, but we have like lots of Lori's and Lisa's and Brenda's and Heather's and Lynn's and Ashley's and Jenny's and Sandy's. I mean, Steve's. Like we have like all these double names. It's just been and we have these new members that are coming out of the gate so strong, like Brenda, who's here today. She's awesome. And Jessica, who cracks me up. And we have two new Ashleys. We have Sean, we have Laura, Val, who's like coming right out of the gate so strong with all of her homework. Sandy, who's been amazing. Like Mark, who's cracking me up right out of the gate. We have Judith and Nancy and Bev and Ramona and Kiona, I think is how she says it. And just like so many. There's so many. I can't even get it. We have a lot of people support us. Like Alan was the very first person he's always going to have a place because he's the very first person that purchased the course and took a chance on us. And so he's always our trailblazer. And then we have Elaine, who's like so great with social media, and Donna's that way too, where, you know, and Shree's like that too. And, you know, it's like, and Sandy and new member Brenda, like all these people are like just jumping in online. Mark has been hilarious, cracking me up. And so as you can see, I'm kind of passionate about everybody, and we get sort of passionate about each other. And I kind of feel like we have each other's back, you know, and you'll see it in the Facebook group, actually a little too much. We kind of have each other's back. And so, you know, there's been people that have been like, kind of questioning either my resume, whatever. And I totally get that. And I want that. I don't want people to do this blindly. I want you to go in wholeheartedly with your head on straight. So, but people are jumping in, and Doug, especially, he defends me, which I love because he's my partner. And then I defend Doug because he's defending me. So give him a break. So we are learning, you know, one of the things that we talk about a lot in Screenreader course is how to deal with actors, directors, producers, writers that can be larger than life people. This is a new thing that we are learning in terms of how to deal with people that we don't know very well, you know, and that are questioning you and stuff, and how to deal with it online. It's a whole different thing. So as we learn, again, we will be, you know, and we are learning, and we're not perfect, and we make mistakes, and we have each other's back. And it's been so great. And it's been so amazing. But one of the things too that people question, and one of the things that we want to kind of dissipate is value. You know, everybody's value is different, and it's not for us to say whether something is worth it or not. It's up to you to say whether, you know, like, is $7,000, or the course is like $99 a month or $697. Is that expensive for this pen? Yeah. Is it expensive for a car in your driveway? No. So those are easy, but everything kind of in the middle is so individual. And so we really like, well, hi, Anila, is that how you say that? You have a B. Is it a B? I'm sorry, it's kind of small. But it's not up for us to say, it's for you to say. And we are totally fine with however you value things and whatever you do. And we'll just keep doing our thing, and you keep doing your thing, and let's meet in the middle. Let's all get along. So that I just kind of wanted to kind of mention that. And we want everyone to be active in both groups. So I wanted to kind of take this moment of meeting the screen readers and kind of bragging about our screen readers just a tiny bit. I mean, a tiny bit. There's a ton of people. I actually wrote a few down that I'm still getting to know. You ready? There's Kevin, Deborah, Lynn, Stephen, Miranda, Mac, Josh, Rose, Jacqueline, Sandra, Denise, Alessandra. I mean, these are people that are kind of coming in and out. Eric, there's that I'm still just kind of getting to know. So it's just, and I'm still like, and sometimes I look at you guys as people join, and, you know, I get a little bit confused of who's joined. So if you're in here and you're commenting and you're a screen reader and I haven't called you out, please let me know. So because there's new people and I'm not sure, and I'm getting used to people in the Gatekeepers page too. So sometimes I'm like, are they a gatekeeper or a screen reader if they're not super active yet in the screen reader side? So it can be confusing, but we are super sincere about getting to know people. We're super sincere about helping everyone with their particular journey, whether it's in here or whether it's in the paid course. It's all fine. It's all good. And then we have the most important, the biggest diva screen reader of all. Totally sleeping. Like, this is maybe because it's nap time, noon. I don't know. That's Scruffles. She's our biggest inspiration. So I just wanted to take a few minutes just to talk about our screen readers. Next week, we're going to dive back in. Enrollment closes tonight, and we will be back at 6, and I'll really kind of lay out everything that's in the course, kind of like a mini workshop of, you know, without the workshop part, basically, because what the workshop is basically the first half of the workshop was really telling you everything you need to know. These are the things you need to know, and giving you handouts and downloads. And we'll give those out as we go along as well, you know, about how to do this, and so that you have the tools to get started if you need it. And then the second half is telling what's in the paid course. So I'll be doing the second half tonight because there's a lot of people, I'm getting a lot of emails of people on the fence trying to figure it out. So we're just going to be there for questions if anyone has any questions about it. So join us at 6 PST if you want to do that. If not, we will be back next Wednesday at 2 o'clock, right? Yeah, with the Pitch Fest stuff. Cool. So, and, you know, really all of this is about persistence. Take any path you want. You still need to be persistent. That is the key. That is the key, is being persistent. So, and that is kind of where we stand. And so we'll be persistent with you wherever you are. So it's good to see you guys. Have a good Wednesday. I'll see you in we have a screen reader session. So all you screen readers, we'll see you at 3. Look in the Facebook group. There's a link in there because it's Zoom. It's not Facebook Live. And then if you want to join me at 6, have a glass of wine. That would be funny. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Because for some people, it'll be 9. No, does that probably puts a bad idea, like we don't. But like, I barely even drink. I don't even know why I said that. But it, you know, could be, I don't know, whatever. Anywho, I'm going to go now before I make a total fool of myself. And we will see you next week at Wednesday. And we'll see you screen readers in a few hours. Okay, talk to you guys soon. Bye. Yay for screen.